What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Let's get into the college football action. Thursday, October 24th, we have two games kicking off, 7 o'clock and 7:30 Eastern, between Georgia Southern and Old Dominion, as well as the game that we really keyed in on is the Syracuse Orange taking on the Pittsburgh Panthers. Right there, 19th ranking for Pittsburgh entering this game, 6-0 on the season. So this is a big game for Pitt, and I think this is one that we're going to all be keyed in on as we get into ACC play and seeing which teams will make the top 12 for playoff consideration. I'm going to give you guys my best bets in both of these games, some breakdowns, some analysis. We'll look at the lines, look at the betting splits, see where the money's headed, and then hopefully at the end of this video, you'll have a better indication what side to be on in terms of the spread and the total. Okay, so without getting a little bit off script, let's get down the road and talk some football, all right? And here's where we're going to look into kind of what's going on. We're going to use Outlier to talk about the picks and the numbers. Outlier, there's a link down below if you want to sign up with them. Really does help you make the best bet possible. Saves me a ton of time, and it pays for itself with the amount of money that I do wager on a daily basis. So let's look at this first game between Georgia Southern and Old Dominion. Also, guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. Join us here. I get to see the analytics on YouTube. 50% of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. So it's free to do so. Make sure you guys all subscribe. It really helps us here on YouTube grow, and I really appreciate all the support from you guys that I've received thus far. In just my first year on YouTube doing this stuff for you guys, where I put my picks on display. All right, but we're going to look into this Thursday night matchup. All right. And the biggest thing going for us right now is Georgia Southern is the more public play. However, we're going to be on the side of Old Dominion -110. Let's look at some insights behind this game. The under has hit in 75% of the games at home for Old Dominion. Also, the Old Dominion Monarchs are 20% hit rate against the spread in their last 5 home games. And Georgia Southern straight up on the money line. We look at them being a 28% winner in terms of their last 7 games on the road. However, we are going to go on Old Dominion on the money line. We're seeing some buy down where we look at Georgia Southern taking some money, and I do think this is something as we look into kind of the number here. Now this number has fallen all the way down to -1, basically a pick 'em. But we have seen Georgia Southern take a little bit more so of the handle. Something I want to tell you guys about this game, we're going to look into this. This is a massive showdown within the Sun Belt, and for this, this is where I'm going to like Old Dominion, like I said, where we do take them. I got them at -110. Very confident in that money line pick. And now Georgia Southern 5-2, beating James Madison. They look to have the best recent form. We look at kind of the metrics behind this game and what actually sets up for them. Okay, I think this is something where you look in kind of the defense there in terms of what they're able to do defensively. Old Dominion plays really good defense, okay? And Georgia Southern struggles to run the football, pass the football, and Old Dominion ranks up there in the top 25 in a lot of defensive categories. So very stifling defense despite being 3-4 on the season. And I think that's kind of where we lend towards the argument that I think that by all metrics behind the scenes, Georgia Southern has the better defense, and they have a better shot as their offense looks to contend with that Old Dominion, with the Georgia Southern defense. Conversely, that ranks pretty much in the bottom half of a lot of categories. The only thing that really they do somewhat decent is they are able to stop the pass statistically. So that's something where we look into this and what they look to do. It kind of sets up for, a weird spot where we do get, a team that has a great win under their belt against James Madison, 5-2 on the season. They're going on the road. Why aren't they favorites? Okay. Well, I think this is one where you think that Georgia Southern, may start this game a little bit shaky. I think they might be in for a letdown spot, maybe underestimating Old Dominion a little bit. But I do think that Old Dominion at home, I think this is something where they played a little bit tougher of a schedule, and I think it sets up for a nice little win to kick off the Sun Belt and potentially go 3-1 in conference, tying things up. So I'm going to be taking Old Dominion on the money line. All right, that's my best bet for that first game. Next, we're going to get into Syracuse and Pitt. Now, Pittsburgh, if you guys haven't been watching them, they absolutely can score some points. Really love their quarterback, and now we get Kyle McCord going against that Pitt defense for Syracuse. Syracuse, conversely, can score points as well. Now, we have seen this total drop. We have seen it fall. This total has risen, but we have gotten some buyback, right? It's rose from 59.5 up to 62, but now this has settled at 61.5. All right, so I'm going to be taking the over 61.5 as a best bet, and I am also going to play Syracuse on the spread here, +6. They have been a team 3-3 against the spread, against the number, but we have backed them a lot. in terms of taking them with the points. We've been very successful in that regard, and I do like Syracuse +6, where we do see, the Syracuse Orange potentially. This could have been a ranked on ranked game, very close to being both of these teams 6-0. Pittsburgh's dodged some bullets as well, but hey, they sit here at 19th in ranking and 6-0, 2-0 in conference. All right, so that's kind of where we're looking at, right? And we can talk a little bit about Kyle McCord, because we get into the narrative where, leaving Ohio State, that whole fallout with Marvin Harrison Jr., past teammates in high school, and then all of a sudden gets exiled from Columbus. And I just don't really agree with that, because I really can make the argument that with Kyle McCord in the fold, that in that receiving core in defense, that that Ohio State would be undefeated if Kyle McCord was the quarterback. I just think that he wasn't really given the ultimate opportunity, and he comes into Syracuse absolutely slinging the football. And this is something where you look at kind of, Eli Holstein for Pitt, being a very, very good quarterback as well. Another one of those stories that didn't really have the best chance. Transfer portal allows for opportunities, and then all of a sudden, Pittsburgh and that Pat Narduzzi defense has really done well. Okay, and that's kind of what's kind of contrary to recent past is Pittsburgh, most noted for being very good defensively. It's been the opposite. These have been all kind of higher scoring games. You look at Pittsburgh by the numbers, 17-15 against Cal, UNC giving up 24 points, and then obviously West Virginia. That's kind of the big game that everybody had. As a coin flip, we were on the Pitt Panthers there, 38-34. One of my best bets back in week 3, I believe, where Pittsburgh was victorious, and now 6-0 on the season. I think this is one where we do get a lot of points. I look for both of these teams to be into the high 20s, and the winning team will be in the 30s, in my opinion. That's why I like the over 61.5. So we do have the potential for overtime, as always, to help us sail over that number. So my best bet for the Pitt-Syracuse game will be over the 61.5, as well as I like the Orange here +6. Okay, in this market. Now, by the numbers, we want to talk about a little bit deeper. We can look into the narrative here where, like I said earlier, Pat Narduzzi in that defense, okay, top 25 in a lot of statistical categories. But like I said, it's something where Pitt has most notably been known for their defense, but they rely a little bit more in scoring points. Okay, Pitt's offense is the other side of the equation, right? They're going to be able to move the football with ease against Syracuse. I think Pittsburgh may win this game. I just think it really comes down to a last kick in the fourth quarter. So if Syracuse didn't come out victorious, I'll grab the 6 points and take Syracuse right here. And potentially winning out right here, +180 on the money line. So I think the matchup sets up well for both teams. However, I think 6 points gives us some value in a game that I look to be back and forth. And I think that's why I'm going to be on both sides, the over and Syracuse with the 6 points on the spread. So those are my best bets. Appreciate you guys watching. We will be kind of hopefully back to normal. This is a different platform that I'm using to record these videos. There was a update that needed to be done, and on the back end, stuff you guys don't see, just kind of some technical difficulties, I guess. For some reason, the update's not installing, so I'm using StreamYard to do this. So hope you guys don't mind. I appreciate you all watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. Good luck with your picks. We have a video up for hockey, NBA, as well as kind of what we have going on into the weekend. We will have a World Series digestion as that series kicks off tomorrow, as well as what we're getting into with the full college slate Saturday and the NFL picks for Sunday and Thursday Night Football tonight. So big slate, get multiple TVs, get some wings, get some beer, and let's cash some tickets. All right. Appreciate you guys. See you in the next video.